Yes, that is right. In the purest interpretations of foreign relations law, as applied to Britain and Kenya, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is technically speaking still in Kenya. Dual national or not, Kanu departed Britain and traveled to Kenya as a British citizen, and Kenya admitted him as such. That is the starting point. So after his admission to Kenya, it arises that Kanu must be expelled from Kenyan soil with or without due process. The next natural and legal thing to do is for Kenya to expel him to Britain, not Nigeria. Choosing to expel him to Nigeria means that he could have also been expelled to any other country than Nigeria. Why? Because Kanu presented himself to Kenya as a British citizen, not a Nigerian citizen, and not even a dual citizen. In international law, it was clearly a three-way immigration contract between Kanu, Britain, and Kenya. Nigeria was not a party to it, and Nigeria was never in reckoning at the Kenya port of entry when Kanu presented himself for admission. Lawyers call it privity of contract and it's inviolable. Further counting from the time of Kanu's abduction to his infamous rendition, Kenya saw no other travel document that could have attributed any nationality to Kanu other than that of Britain, or was Kanu admitted to Kenya on a Nigerian birth certificate? So it is dubious that Kenya attributed Nigerian citizenship to Kanu merely because those that sponsored the abduction and rendition presumably told Kenya that Kanu was born in Nigeria. What about the credible claims in public domain that Kanu had renounced his Nigerian citizenship? If place of birth should count, then renunciation should also count. Put another way, unless Kenya was shown Kanu's Nigerian birth certificate, it is expected to presume Kanu as a British citizen only. After all, beyond a birth certificate, a passport is the next best proof of citizenship. Verbal assertions of place of birth is, as a matter of immigration and nationality law, an insufficient proof of citizenship. Nonetheless, if Kenya was in any doubt as to where Kanu should be expelled, it should have resorted to the competent international laws on point. The most obvious of such laws is codified at Article 5 of the Hague Convention of certain questions relating to the conflict of nationality law, which states that within a third state, a person having more than one nationality shall be treated as if he had only one. A third state shall, of the nationalities which any such person possesses, recognize exclusively in its territory either the nationality of the country in which is habitually and principally resident, or the nationality of the country with which country in the circumstances he appears to be in fact most closely connected. As can be seen from above, Kanu was required to meet one of two conditions in order to be treated by Kenya exclusively as either a citizen of Nigeria or Britain. So let us put Kanu into what the Hague Convention says and see how it comes out. Facts: Kanu is 53 years old. Out of this, he has spent some 30 years in Britain and 23 years in Nigeria. His wife and children are domiciled in Britain and they are British citizens, either by birth or naturalization. Kanu has his home in Britain and pays his taxes there. Another fact: Kanu's main occupations, Radio Biafra and IPOB, are corporate citizens of Britain in good standing, both having been duly registered in Britain, and Kanu runs both of them from British soil. So you can easily see from above that Britain is where Kanu is habitually and principally resident, as well as the country with which in the circumstances he appears to be in fact most closely connected. Thus, Kenya, being the third country, should have treated Kanu exclusively as a British citizen, because even as the Hague Convention required Kanu to meet one of two conditions, he actually overqualified by meeting both conditions. Therefore, as a strict matter of foreign relations law as applied to Britain and Kenya minus Nigeria, Kanu is technically still in Kenya. Why? Because Kenya was the last country in which Kanu, a bona fide British citizen, was lawfully admitted. In other words, subsequent to his admission to Kenya, if Kanu desired to depart Kenya, the only country he could have legally departed to was Britain, not Nigeria. Why? Kenya immigration would not have allowed Kanu to depart to Nigeria without him presenting either a Nigerian passport or a Nigerian visa. In view of the foregoing, the next best steps for Britain to take going forward is to ask Kenya to account for the whereabouts of her citizen, Nnamdi Kanu, last seen in Kenya as of June 19, 2021, as Her Majesty's subject and a free citizen of Britain, not a criminal suspect. Once Britain sits up, Kenya, whether complicit or not, would begin to realize the true legal and diplomatic implications of failing to protect a bona fide British citizen who made his last lawful immigration stop on Kenya soil, and Nigeria will also begin to realize that Kanu's presence in Nigeria is unlawful and unsustainable. This is the argument that should be put up in the court law, and I'm sure the government knows that as well, because I don't know why they failed to present him, the DSS failed to present him with all these obligations, and Nnamdi Kanu has caused a lot of debt to the Nigerian security, this and that, and yet they are beginning to give us some kind of logistics that made them not to have brought him to the court. Does that not sound somehow? That is the question me have been asking. That's the question I've been asking, because all these points and many other points like that lawyer will argue with that, and I believe that maybe they know all this. That is why they are trying to extend the evil day. To extend the evil day, because this is, at least as a layman, you will be able to understand what this thing is talking about. As a layman, you begin to know how all of this work, and you'll be surprised. Well, impossibility is when you think that Fulani can never drop the agenda of Fulanization of Nigeria. Impossibility is also when you think that Fulani will ever accept equal rights in Nigeria. And the biggest impossibility is when you think that Fulani will ever allow Igbo man as president of Nigeria. Yeah, really? And they don't want them to go their separate ways. Some people will tell you that they don't know how to play policies. These are stinking and dirty policies that they are playing at the other hand. Is that the kind of policies they are asking people to play?